Red Bull VIP tent, and it's pretty cool here. We just got a whole lot better. So with me, the F1 legend, David Coulthard. Dave, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Before we get into the motorsport stuff, have you been to South Africa? What do you think about coming?
No, this is the first time. Touched down on Thursday, went straight to the hotel and then straight to the racetrack. So
Life of
great.
Formula One.
Yeah,
I guess,
exactly. That's the nature of the life we have. But I've had a great welcome, and it's fantastic to see so many race fans coming out to see all the different show that's going on here with the Top Gear Festival.
Definitely. Now, you've been hammering the F1 car around the Kalami track all day. So what do you think of the track? Is there a favourite corner of yours?
I think the faster corners, that first section down past the pits is pretty exciting. But anyone that's got a fast corner is riding in a Formula One car.
Okay. Do you think the track suits the modern day F1 car?
Yeah, no question. I think this track could be used in the Grand Prix calendar.
Wow, that was my next question. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's a shame it's not. But it's obviously expensive to bring Formula One to town, and it hasn't happened so far.
It's South Africans, we can only hope. Of course, this year you're not in an F1 car, but in the commentary box. How do you prepare for something like that, and are you excited to get started?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up watching Formula One on BBC, and now I have the chance to work with BBC, so it feels like it's sort of complete
full circle
journey. Yeah, and preparation was just trying to pick up the information from the tests and what's going on, and also we're not in the prediction business, so I don't need to worry about trying to guess who's going to win the race, but I'll just explain what I see unfolding in front of me.
Cool. And DTM racing, how is that different from F1 from a driver's perspective?
Totally different. Such a different challenge. The cars are heavier, obviously less downforce, much smaller contact patch. It's a different feeling altogether. You sit on one side of the car.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying the challenge of trying to get used to that type of driving. And I think I'm showing signs of improvement.
Okay. Let's talk some of the car manufacturers. So McLaren rebuild their car every single year, if I'm not mistaken. As a driver, do you think that's the right route to take, or should they rather build on the car from the previous year?
Well, I'm not a designer, so it would probably be wrong of me to try and tell those guys what to do. But if you have a concept that's working, then evolution is always
yes, exactly.
a nice way rather than revolution, because when you go to a completely different position, you don't know on simulation whether it works until you get out on racetrack. There's probably teams that generate great figures in the simulator, but it only matters if the stopwatch can reflect that.
On the tracks, all that matters, sure. Okay, so Braun GP had a great year. They then became Merc GP. Do you think they've turned around their car this season? What position do you think Schumi will find himself in?
Well, I think that the last upgrade they had at the Barcelona test seemed to move them forward quite a bit. I don't know where they're going to finish. I don't know who's going to win Melbourne. I think that winter testing has shown Red Bull and Ferrari to be setting the pace. But certainly Mercedes are a quality team. They've got their most successful driver in the history of the sport, Ross Brawn, heading up as team principal. Mercedes, possibly the best engine in Formula One. So there's no reason why they can't be successful.
Okay. Do you think it's a good idea for Schumi to come back? He left as a F1 legend and now he's struggling to reach the podium.
If it makes sense to him and the team are happy, then yeah, it makes sense. It's in some ways it's good if he's not too successful, because it shows just how good the talent is in Formula One.
As well, yeah.
But on the other hand, it's good if he's doing well, because it moves the whole thing forward.
Okay. Where's your residence in Monaco?
Yeah.
You always did really, really well in Monaco. What is life in Monaco like?
I like it. It's small. I'm a village boy, so it's a small town. You're safe and secure there. They look after you. I like being by the sea. I grew up by the sea in Scotland, but it's a lot nicer in the Mediterranean.
Okay, that's the sound of the Red Bull F1 car. It's absolutely beautiful. No, it's fine. I know with testing it's so unpredictable these days. Who do you think's got the pace this season? Do you think Red Bull's going to keep dominating, or did some of the other manufacturers have they caught up?
Well, frankly, for the good of the sport, I hope that no team dominates. I hope that what we see is close competitive racing amongst a number of different teams. History would suggest that in any given season it usually comes down to two teams. But maybe we'll be lucky and have a couple more teams put in some good performances.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Cheers.